time Braun has that same injury,
Left
he's done
oblique.
for 6 weeks.
Yeah, left
Is this your
oblique.
phone, Kevin? Okay, keep that.
Yeah.
Don't plug that in until you're ready. Well, they're going to do national anthem. Been in the butter churning business for over 300 years. Since 1893, when the original Wietrich family immigrated to Wisconsin from the Swiss Alps, to present day fourth generation owners, Grassland Dairy Products has perfected the butter making process. Grassland Dairy offers an assortment of butter products and dairy ingredients. Whether for industrial use or your own kitchen table, you can trust that Grassland Dairy Products will produce quality butter that everyone will enjoy. GrasslandDairy.com.
Are you looking for a daycare close to Auburndale? Little Sprouts Learning Garden Daycare, located at 10564 North School Road, has a convenient location right next to Auburndale schools. When you bring your children to Little Sprouts, you know that you're leaving them in good hands. With a capacity of 50 children, this daycare is open to all children from 6 weeks to 12 years. Conveniently open from 6:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, Little Sprouts Learning Garden in Auburndale is your family-friendly daycare.
And now you're live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Buchholz Park in Stevens Point for game number 10 here in the Class AAA Stevens Point American Legion Baseball Regional. And we are getting set for Stevens Point versus Plover in this matchup. From action today, this is the third game in the first two games. The opening game of the day, Marshfield defeated Merrill 3-0 in a game that took an hour and 15 minutes to play. And then in the next game, Wisconsin Rapids in a winner's bracket clash with Plover. The Rangers came out on top 5-4. Rapids was ahead 5-3 going to the bottom of the seventh inning, or the top of the seventh inning. And Plover scored one run to cut the deficit to 5-4, had the tying run on second base, the winning run on first with 2 outs, and Wisconsin Rapids quelled that threat and held on for the victory. And now Plover playing right away again this afternoon in the loser's bracket here against Stevens Point. It's a rematch of their game on Friday when Plover came out on top. And we are underway here at Buchholz Park. Reese Gaber, the Stevens Point pitcher, facing Caden Roberts, the leadoff batter in the Plover lineup. The loser of this game is eliminated from the tournament. And the winner of this game will play at 4:30 tomorrow. And there's a walk to Roberts leading off. So Plover with a base runner, nobody down. And Brett Ayer coming to the plate. And he looks at strike one. Steal attempt, and in there safely is Roberts. So he moves into scoring position. One and one the count on Ayer. And that's outside. There will be one more game today. That's at 7:30 this evening. Marshfield will play Wisconsin Rapids in that one. Wisconsin Rapids is the only undefeated team left in the tournament. Sliced to third. Bounces off the glove of Isaac Seakosh, but he recovers quickly and makes the throw over to first for the out. So one down. And Roberts, the runner at second, held up on the play. Brings up Derek Baumgartner. Baumgartner with a long home run in yesterday's game against Marshfield. Hit off the top of the scoreboard in left center field. 1 ball and 1 strike now. Again, this is an elimination game. The loser is out of the tournament. And the winner will be one of 3 teams left in action. Two and 1 on Baumgartner. Hits it hard to center field. 1 bounce there to Brady Franz, and that will score Roberts from second base with the game's first run. Hard hit ball by Baumgartner. And Jack Kelly comes to the plate now. Kelly also homered yesterday in that 7-1 Plover win against Marshfield. There goes Baumgartner trying to steal second. The throw down is high and late, and Baumgartner is in with a stolen base. So another runner in scoring position for Plover. That's outside now, 2-0. Fouled away. Beautiful day here in Stevens Point. The sun has been out all day. Temperature in the low to mid 70s. Humidity is down. Perfect day for baseball. In the air, right side, giving chase is the right fielder, Zach Zimmerman, and he makes the catch in foul territory for out number 2. Zimmerman had to run a ways to get there, and he did get there in time. And Baumgartner held up at second base, so 2 down now. Plover ahead 1-0 in the top of the first inning. Outside for ball 1. Logan Schulfer, the batter for Plover. Hit hard and into left field for a base hit. Here comes Baumgartner around third. The throw home is high, and that allows Baumgartner to slide in underneath the tag. So an RBI single for Schulfer, and Plover now leads it 2-0 in the top of the first inning. Austin Byer, the batter now for the Black Sox. Pitch misses. Again, Plover coming off a 5-4 loss to Wisconsin Rapids in the game before this one. And there's a shot to deep left field, and left fielder J.D. Schultz can only turn around and look at it sail over the fence in left field, and that's a 2-run homer for Austin Byer. And it puts the Black Sox on top of the Sixers 4-0 now in the top of the first inning. That ball was hit hard right away. Not much doubt about where it was headed. And now Mason King, the batter. Nobody on. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. 3 hits in the inning for Plover, 2 of them home runs. I think I said 2 home runs. That's only 1 home run in the inning. 2-1 now the count on King. 4-0 Plover. Inside, 3-1. Chopped on the ground to third. Picked up there by Sikosh, and the long throw over in time to get King. So Plover strikes for 4 runs on 3 hits in the top of the first inning and leads it 4-0 with Stevens Point coming to bat.
Grassland Dairy Products in Greenwood has been in the butter churning business for over 300 years. Since 1893, when the original Wietrich family immigrated to Wisconsin from the Swiss Alps, to present-day fourth-generation owners, Grassland Dairy Products has perfected the butter-making process. Grassland Dairy offers an assortment of butter products and dairy ingredients. Whether for industrial use or your own kitchen table, you can trust that Grassland Dairy Products will produce quality butter that everyone will enjoy. GrasslandDairy.com.
Are you looking for a daycare close to Auburndale? Little Sprouts Learning Garden Daycare, located at 10564 North School Road, has a convenient location right next to Auburndale schools. When you bring your children to Little Sprouts, you know that you're leaving them in good hands. With a capacity of 50 children, this daycare is open to all children from 6 weeks to 12 years. Conveniently open from 6:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, Little Sprouts Learning Garden in Auburndale is your family-friendly daycare.
I think everybody wanted to see how Plover would react here early in the game against Stevens Point after coming off that 5-4 loss to Wisconsin Rapids in the game before this, and Plover left no doubt in the top of the first inning that it was ready to play ball. The Black Sox scored 4 runs on 3 hits, and they lead it 4-0 as Stevens Point comes to bat here in the bottom of the first inning. Cam Stamfel, the pitcher for Plover, starts out Zach Zimmerman with a strike. Hit sharply to third, but foul past the bag. Up the middle, and the shortstop, Brett Ayer, can't quite get to it, and it goes into center field for a base hit. So the Sixers get their leadoff batter on here in the bottom of the first inning. And that brings up Brady Franz now. And Franz looked at a ball outside. This is game number 10 of the Class AAA Stevens Point Regional, which started on Friday. Saturday's action was washed out by a violent thunderstorm that hit the area Friday night and Saturday morning. Got back into action with 4 games yesterday and 4 more today. This is game 3 of 4 today. And Franz getting ahead in the count, 3-0 now. Nobody out in the Stevens Point first inning. And there's strike 1. Fouled back to the screen, and the count is full now. 3-2 on Brady Franz. Zach Zimmerman, the runner at first base. And Zimmerman takes off with the pitch, and it's high for ball 4. So the Sixers down 4-0, staying aggressive here in the first inning, as Zimmerman was running on that 3-2 pitch with nobody out, and the walk now puts runners on first and second for Isaac Perner, the Sixers' first baseman. He showed bunt and took a called strike on the outside corner. Third baseman Austin Byer up on the edge of the grass. Jack Kelly, the first baseman, way up 20 feet in front of the bag. And Perner is hit by a pitch, and that's going to load the bases with nobody out. So Stevens Point, which gave up 4 runs in the top of the first inning with a full-blown threat here in the bottom of the inning. And Plover wants to talk about it, perhaps trying to settle Cam Stamfel, the starting pitcher, down. Stamfel has not retired a batter here. Given up a hit, a walk, and he hit a batter. So Stevens Point trying to immediately cut into that 4-0 lead that Plover has. Justin Morton, the cleanup batter, steps in for the Sixers. Plover infield playing at regular depth. And there's a called strike on the outside corner. Curveball hangs up a little bit. It's 1-1. There's a strike. 1-2 now the count on Justin Morton. Bases loaded, nobody out for Stevens Point in the bottom of the first inning. Hit hard right at second base and flagged down there by Caden Roberts, but when he spun to throw to second for the force out, the throw was wide and Brett Ayer couldn't handle it, so a fielder's choice ground ball gets the run in, and there's an error on the throw by Roberts, so the base is still loaded for Stevens Point, and J.D. Schultz coming to the plate. Hit on the ground, too short, and thrown to second, and Roberts drops this ball for an error, and all of a sudden it's 4-3 as 2 runs score on the play. Jacob Danielson now the batter. Hit too short, and the play at third for the out. And it's 4-3 now. Still. that ball is bounced up the middle and flagged down by Air. He stops it from going into the outfield, but another run scores. And Reese Gaber now coming to the plate. We are tied 4-4 here in the bottom of the first inning. A couple of errors by Plover helping Stevens Point put some runs on the board. And Gaber, the Stevens Point pitcher, now in a position to help himself. 3-0 count. And there's a called strike. 3-1 now the count on Gaber. Runners on second and third. Still just one down in the inning. And there's a walk. So the bases are now loaded with one out. And Stevens Point, which could have been down after giving up 4 runs in the top of the first, kept their daubers up, and they have answered with 4 runs of their own and now have the bases loaded for Isaac Sikosh, the number 9 batter. Popped up into center field. This should score the run. The catch is made. The throw home is cut off, and the sacrifice fly brings in a run. So Stevens Point takes a 5-4 lead. A pretty productive first inning for both teams. 9 combined runs. A couple of errors by Plover here. And the top of the order up again, Zach Zimmerman. 2 down, runners on first and third for the Sixers. And they lead 5-4. Hit to the right side and into right field. And that's going to score Helms with another run, and it's 6-4 now. So if Plover thought it was going to have an easy time after getting ahead 4-0 in the top of the first inning, they'll have to rethink that, because Stevens Point has answered in a big way here in the bottom of the inning with 6 runs to take a 6-4 lead, and now it's Brady Franz batting for the second time. He walked his first time up. 2 outs, runners on first and second. Hit sharply but foul down the first base side. And now Stamfel gets ahead 1-2 on Franz. 2 down, runners on first and second for Stevens Point, which leads 6-4 in the bottom of the first inning. Inside, 2-2. hit into right center field. The center fielder Mason King over quickly to make the catch, so that finally ends the inning. But Stevens Point strikes for 6 runs on 3 hits, 3 Plover errors, and after 1 complete, it's Stevens Point 6, Plover 4.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier. Treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Partners Bank, better together.
Back here in Stevens Point, and a wild first inning. Plover scored 4 runs in the top of the inning. Stevens Point answered with 6 in the bottom of the inning, and it's 6-4 after 1 complete. And a new pitcher here for Stevens Point in the second inning. It's Isaac Sikosh taking the mound in relief of Reese Gaber. So Gaber threw 25 pitches in that first inning, gave up 4 runs, and Stevens Point makes the pitching change to Sikosh. Zach Zimmerman moved to third base to replace Sikosh there. And there's a new right fielder. We'll get his name. And the ball hit out to that new right fielder by Mike Gladowski for an out. So 1 down in the top of the second for Plover. Vinny Fonte now, the number 9 batter in the Plover order, coming up. He hits it into left field, and playing him almost perfectly there is J.D. Schultz. So 2 pitches, 2 outs for Stevens Point here in the top of the second inning. Caden Roberts now, the leadoff batter in the lineup for Plover. He walked last inning. Fouled back to the screen. It's 1-1. In the dirt, and it's 2-1 now on Roberts. Again, Isaac Sikosh taking the mound for Stevens Point this inning. Another foul back to the screen, evens the count at 2-2. Sikosh replacing Reese Gaber, the starter, who threw just 1 inning. There's a chopper to second. Easy play there for Nate Helms, and he makes the pick and the throw over to first for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down, and after an inning and a half, it's Stevens Point 6, Plover 4.
V&H Automotive serves Marshfield and central Wisconsin with new Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram trucks. Our professional staff of factory-trained sales associates and parts and service personnel are here to serve you. Our business managers use more than a dozen lenders to ensure you the lowest rates anywhere. From Marshfield to Wausau, Wisconsin Rapids to Stevens Point, or Colby to Medford, we are a short drive from anywhere for friendly service and very competitive pricing. Come see V&H Automotive today. Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
Stevens Point coming to bat here in the bottom of the second inning, and the Sixers have to feel pretty good about themselves right now. They gave up 4 runs in the top of the first inning to Plover, but came back with 6 in the bottom of the inning and then put a goose egg on the board in the top of the second. So they lead 6-4 here going to the bottom of the second inning. And Cam Stampfel, the Plover pitcher, starts out with a ball and a strike to Isaac Perner. There's a strike on the outside corner. Again, this is an elimination game, so the loser is out of the tournament. The winner will play tomorrow at 4:30. And there's a fly ball out to Mike Gladowski in left field for out number 1. Justin Morton stepping in. First pitch is fouled away. Hit hard toward the shortstop, and it bounces past him into left field. A tough play there for Brett Ayer as that ball was hit pretty hard. A short bounce to him, and it skipped over his glove. So Morton reaches on a single. And that brings up J.D. Schultz. Pitch in the dirt, stopped by Vinny Fonte. That keeps Morton at first base. Hit to third. Backing up and making the pickup is Austin Beyer. He throws to first. It pulls the first baseman, Jack Kelly, off the bag. And I'm not sure we ever had a call on that, whether he was out or safe. Now the base umpire is conferring with the home plate umpire to make a decision on J.D. Schultz, whether he's out or safe. Again, the throw was wide to the home plate side of first. Kelly came off, and the home plate umpire rules that the tag was made, and the base umpire signals out now. So on the play, Justin Morton moves to second base. Nice play there by Austin Beyer to field that ball. Tough hop, and he made the play and threw wildly to first. And Jack Kelly came off the bag and then applied the tag for the out. Brings up Jacob Danielson now for the Sixers, with Morton out at second base with 2 down, here in the bottom of the second inning. Stevens Point leads it 6-4 over Plover. 0-2 the count on Danielson. That's high for a ball. A little bit outside. 2-2 now. Danielson hits it into right field, and putting the brakes on, coming around third, is Justin Morton. That ball was hit pretty hard into short right field, and Derek Baumgartner came up with it quickly out there to hold Morton at third base. Still 2 down, and now runners at the corners for Stevens Point as Nate Helms comes up. And a swing and a miss on the first offering from Cam Stamfel. Foul out of play. 0-2 now on Nate Helms. 2 on, 2 out here in the Stevens Point second inning. In the dirt and blocked by Vinny Fonte. Off the end of the bat, a little roller out in front of the plate. Quickly, Stamfel off the mound, picks it up and throws to first for the out. So nothing across for Stevens Point in the bottom of the second. And after 2, it's the Sixers 6 and the Black Sox 4.
And now the continuing adventures of Captain Collision.
Aha, the phone. Hello, Mankey's Automotive and Collision Center.
Hi, Captain Collision. I was backing out of the driveway and trying to text my friend and hit the snowbank thingy, and boom. Know what I mean?
Of course. Of course, Rob and the rest of the Mankey team can fix anything. They can give you a free estimate, free pickup and delivery, and a lifetime warranty on your repair work. Now let's get to work. Mankey's Automotive and Collision Repair, 25th Avenue in Wisconsin Rapids. We meet the nicest people by accident.
Welcome to the Zaleski Sports Show. I'm your host, Rachel.
Hey, welcome to Coach on the Couch. I'm your host, Jason Zaleski.
It's time for the Zaleski Sports Show 3 to see.
I'm in the house.
I'm in the house.
He's in the house. Have a great week, everyone.
Go Sports!
Back for the top of the third inning at Buchholz Park in Stevens Point. Plover coming to bat, trailing Stevens Point 6-4 in this elimination game. And Brett Ayer leading it off, looking at a called strike. That's low. And another ball. 2-1 now on Ayer. hit to second. Making the play there, Nate Helms, and he throws on to first for out number 1. Derek Baumgartner, the batter. And Baumgartner ahead now, 2-0. And that pitch is in for a strike. Hit hard and into left field for a base hit. That's hit number 4 for the Black Sox. And it brings up Jack Kelly now. Hit hard and deep to left field, and this ball is gone over the left field fence. J.D. Schultz gave chase, but that ball was gone, and that 2-run shot by Jack Kelly ties the score now, 6-6 in the top of the 3rd inning. Second home run of the day for the Black Sox. And we are all knotted now, 6-6, as each team has 5 hits now. That brings up Logan Shelfer. On the ground, too short. Picked up there by Justin Morton, and the throw over in time for out number 2. Austin Byer steps in now. And he looks at strike 1. Seakosh gets ahead of Byer, 0-2. 2 down, we're tied 6-6 in the top of the 3rd inning. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So that ends the frame. Plover strikes for 2 runs, though, and we are tied 6-6 at Buchholz Park.
And now the continuing adventures of Captain Collision.
Aha, the phone. Hello, Mankey's Automotive and Collision Center.
Hi, Captain Collision. I was backing out of the driveway and trying to text my friend and hit the snowbank thingy, and boom. Know what I mean?
Of course, of course, Rob and the rest of the Mankey team can fix anything. They can give you a free estimate, free pickup and delivery, and a lifetime warranty on your repair work. Now let's get to work. Mankey's Automotive and Collision Repair, 25th Avenue in Wisconsin Rapids. We meet the nicest people by accident.
Welcome to the Zaleski Sports Show. I'm your host, Rachel.
Hey, welcome to Coach on the Couch. I'm your host, Jason Zaleski.
It's time for the Zaleski Sports Show 3 to C.
I'm in the house.
I'm in the house.
He's in the house.
Have a great week, everyone.
Go Sports!
Stevens Point coming to bat here in the bottom of the third inning. We are tied 6-6. Plover scored 4 runs in the first inning and 2 in the third. Stevens Point scored all 6 of its runs in the bottom of the first. And leading off, Reese Gaber, a tapper past the mound, and shortstop Brett Ayer has to run up on the infield grass to field it, and he throws late to first. So it's an infield single for Gaber and a throwing error on Brett Ayer. So Gaber ends up at second base. So a hit and an error puts a runner at second base. And Isaac Sikosh steps in, looks at ball one. Stevens Point now with 6 hits in the game. 1-1 the count to Sikosh. Hit hard to third. Checks Gaber, the runner, at second, and Austin Byer throws over to first for the out. So 1 down for the Sixers in the bottom of the third inning. And Gaber stays at second base. Zach Zimmerman now, the top of the Sixers lineup, steps in. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. Pitch way outside. Fonte working hard back there. Stops that one in the dirt. That's about 4 pitches now that he's had to make stops on in the dirt to avoid base runners advancing. In the air, down the right side. Coming hard is the right fielder, Derek Baumgartner. He slides head first and tries to grab it, but can't. The ball falls in for a double by Zimmerman. Gaber, who had to hold up to see if it was caught, advances to third. So now the Sixers on that double with runners on second and third. And 1 down. We are tied 6-6 here in the bottom of the third inning. Brady Franz, the batter. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Hits it hard and flagged down there by Roberts in the outfield grass, but it'll go as an infield single, and it drives in Gaber with the go-ahead run. It's now 7-6 Stevens Point. Zimmerman at third, Franz at first, 1 down, and Isaac Perner, the Sixers' first baseman, was hit by a pitch and flied out. And going on the first pitch is Franz, and the throw down on 1 hop is handled by Roberts, and he applies the tag for the out. So Brady Franz cut down stealing for the second out of the inning. Nice play by Roberts there to dig the ball out of the dirt and make the tag. So 2 down. And Isaac Perner batting with Zach Zimmerman on third and 2 outs. In the air and out of play over the Stevens Point dugout. 1-2. Another pitch way outside that Fonte has to get out on and block to prevent a run scoring. 2-2. Tapped foul. Outside, and the count is full now. 3-2 to Isaac Perner. Zimmerman, the runner at third. Stevens Point leading 7-6. Hit hard into left field, and that's going to drive in Zimmerman to make it 8-6. So a hard smash by Perner there to left field brings in the run. And now Justin Morton steps in, the cleanup batter. He's 1 for 2, singled his last time up, and that looks like it might be all for Cam Stampfel as the Plover coach comes out of the dugout. And maybe he just wants to talk about it. Stevens Point has 9 hits off Stampfel. Plover's defense hasn't done much to help Stampfel today. They've committed 4 errors, and they're going to stay with Stampfel. But there is warm-up action in the Black Sox bullpen. So Justin Morton stepping in with 2 down. A runner at first base in Perner. And the Sixers lead 8-6. Popped. Short right field. Coming in hard is Baumgartner, and he makes the running catch for the final out. But Stevens Point gets 2 runs, and after 3 complete, it's the Sixers leading Plover 8-6.
Baltus Convenience Stores says, "Go Blue Devils." Baltus Convenience Stores also says, "Did you get your car a little dirty this past weekend? Great! Go to Baltus today and experience express wash, touchless, and even detailed car wash services. Baltus will have your car back in shiny, clean condition in just a matter of minutes. After your car is washed up, go inside your Baltus store for refreshing drinks, satisfying snacks, and many other items for your trip home or your next road trip. Baltus Convenience Stores with locations in Stratford, Wisconsin Rapids, and Marshfield.
Clemmy Sales in Stratford is your hometown Chevrolet dealer. You won't get any high-pressure sales tactics from us. We simply offer great deals on quality, brand-new Chevrolet vehicles. We also have a great selection of pre-owned vehicles and expertly staffed service departments for all your repair and maintenance needs. Small-town hospitality, just like your grandfather remembers. That's why people keep coming back, time and time again, for their next new vehicle. Experience small-town service like no one else can deliver at Clemmy Sales in Stratford.
Plover coming to bat here in the top of the 4th inning. Stevens Point leading 8-6 in this elimination game in the Class AAA Stevens Point American Legion Baseball Regional. And Mason King will lead it off for the Black Sox. And there's a strike on the outside corner by Isaac Sikash. Chopped over the head of Justin Morton at short. And King is on with a single to lead off the 4th inning for Plover. Mike Glodowski, the batter for Plover. Third baseman Zach Zimmerman creeps up on the grass at third, anticipating a potential bunt. Gladowski does not square around and takes a called strike one on the outside corner. Hit in the air to center field. Ranging over and actually drifting into left center is Brady Franz, and he makes the catch there for out number one. Vinny Fonte now the batter for Plover. In the dirt and blocked by Jacob Danielson. Fouled away. Evens the count 1-1. Hit on the ground into right field. And that will advance Mason King to second base. So Plover now with 2 on and 1 out, trailing 8-6 here in the fourth inning. And Caden Roberts steps in and looks at a called strike. Fouled at the plate. 0-2 now on Roberts with runners on first and second and 1 out. Plover trailing 8-6 here in the top of the fourth inning. Wisconsin Rapids will play Marshfield after this game, and that will be the final game of the day. Wisconsin Rapids is the only unbeaten team left in the tournament. Close, but just a bit outside. So it's ball 2, strike 2 on Roberts. A squibber hit to second, picked up there by Nate Helms, and he makes a throw to first for the out as the runners move up to second and third on the play. That ball was hit on the end of the bat and rolled out to second. Roberts had to range about 20 feet to his left to flag it down and make the throw for out number 2. Brett Ayer now steps in. Ayer is 0 for 2, a couple of ground outs. And he hits one in the air to deep center, and going back is Brady Franz, and he makes the catch on the warning track to retire the side. So nothing across for Plover in the top of the fourth, and it remains Stevens Point 8, Plover 6.
At Stratford Building Supply, we do more than build quality homes. We also provide the area with a variety of building supplies for contractors and homeowners. Whether you're looking for a custom floor plan or home repair supplies, look no further than Stratford Building Supply. With 2 locations, we make it the convenient choice. Contact us in Park Falls or Stratford, 715-687-4125 and stratfordbuilding.com. Stratford Building Supply. We build anything, anywhere. Wausau Homes Marshfield makes custom-built homes. As a quality home builder, Wausau Homes Marshfield can build any design you bring in, or you can choose from more than 150 customizable designs in any budget. Our stress-free home building process guarantees a firm price at signing, an exact move-in date, and endless options to design your perfect home, all within as little as 3 months. Visit Wausau Homes Marshfield on South Central Avenue and Wausau Homes Marshfield on Facebook.
Stevens Point comes to bat here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Sixers are leading Plover 8-6 in an elimination game. Cam Stampfel still on the mound. No, I take that back. There's a pitching change. And it's going to be Logan Schulfer coming into pitch for Plover. So Logan Schulfer relieves Stampfel on the mound here to start the bottom of the 4th inning. And J.D. Schultz is going to lead it off for Stevens Point. Schultz is 0 for 2 tonight. Checks his swing, the appeal to first, and the base ump says yes, he went around. So a strike 1 to J.D. Schultz. And there's called strike 2. So 0-2 now on Schultz, leading off the 4th for the Sixers. Got a piece of it to stay alive. And he waves at strike 3 just off the plate for out number 1. Jacob Danielson comes up. He's 2 for 2, a couple of singles in the game. There's warm-up action in the Stevens Point bullpen. A couple of pitchers throwing down there. That pitch is high. And there's a strike on the outside corner. A little low. And there's a called strike 3 on the outside corner. So Jacob Danielson goes down looking for out number 2 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Sixers leading it 8-6. Trying to pull the upset on Plover, the regular season champion in the Wisconsin Valley Legion League. Plover entered the tournament as the favorite based on its regular season. Went 13-1 in league action. 27-11 overall. But Plover is now fighting to stay alive here as the teams battle for a championship and a berth in the AAA state tournament next weekend, starting Friday in Chippewa Falls. 2-2 the count on Nate Helms. It's a little low, and the count is full now. 2 down. And that's high for ball 4. So Stevens Point gets a base runner with 2 outs. And it brings up Reese Gaber. He's 1 for 1 with a walk and a single tonight. Helms, the runner at first. Pitch way inside. And now it's 2-0. Logan Shelfer, the Plover pitcher, takes a walk around on the grass behind the pitcher's mound. Steps back up. And a check swing called a strike by the home plate umpire. Said he went around. So it's 2-1 on Gaber with 2 outs. That one's fouled back. 2-2 now. Hit in the air to left field, pretty deep, and going back is Mike Gledeski. He can't get to it. And here is Helms coming all the way around from first base to score that run and make it 9-6. So Gaber took a 2-2 pitch on the outside corner and laced it into left field over the head of Mike Gledowski. And that scored Nate Helms all the way from first base as Gaber moved into second with an RBI double. And now Isaac Seakosh, the batter for Stevens Point. Gaber in scoring position at second, and now Schulfer steps off the mound again. 9-6 Stevens Point. Bottom of the 4th inning. Plover trying to stay in this game and not let it get too far out of hand. Swing and a miss, and now Seakosh is down 0-2. 2 outs. Reese Gaber is the runner at second base. Outside for ball 1. And that's low, evens the count now, 2-2. 2 outs. And that's outside, full count now. Gaber, the runner at second. Schulfer taking another walk around the grass behind the pitcher's mound. He's been a little agitated over something this inning. Catcher Vinny Fonte goes out to say a couple of encouraging words to him, and Schulfer ready now. Full count pitch. And a foul. Sekash stays alive. Probably swung at ball 4. It looked inside. And another pitch fouled away. So we'll do it again. 3-2. 2 outs. Stevens Point leads Plover 9-6 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Sekash battling in there, fouls another pitch off. The outfielders are in pretty shallow. A hit into the outfield. It might be tough for Gaber to score. And there's a called strike 3 at the knees. And that does it for Stevens Point in the 4th inning. But the Sixers pick up 1 run, and after 4 complete, they lead Plover 9-6. Plover coming to bat here in the top of the 5th inning, and it's starting to get late. It's 5th inning. Stevens Point leading Plover 9-6. Plover scored 4 runs in the top of the 1st inning, but Stevens Point came right back with 6 in the bottom of the 1st. Plover tied at 6-6 in the 3rd, but Stevens Point came right back with 2 runs in the bottom of the inning and has led ever since. Again, it's an elimination game, so the loser goes home with a season-ending loss. And Derek Baumgartner leading off for Plover here in the top of the 5th. He's 2 for 2 today. In the dirt for ball 1. Curveball outside. Three balls, no strikes now on Derek Baumgartner. And there's strike 1. Hit in the air to right field. Moving over is Reese Gaber. And he makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Jack Kelly comes up for the Black Sox. He's 1 for 2 with a home run. And a curveball in there for a strike. Another curve, misses. And another curveball, so steady diet of curveballs to Jack Kelly. That one drops in for a strike, and it's 1-2. And that's fouled. Stevens Point giving Kelly a steady diet of curveballs here. All 4 pitches have been curveballs. And there's a fastball in the dirt for ball 2. Evens the count, 2-2. That goes outside, and the count is full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Jack Kelly, the cleanup batter in Plover's lineup. And that ball's hit on the ground to second, picked up there by Nate Helms, and the throw over to first for the out. And that's 2 down in the inning for Plover. Now Logan Schulfer, the batter for Plover, with 2 down. Stevens Point leads it 9-6. And a swing and a miss on pitch number 1. Hit sharply to third and booted there by Zach Zimmerman. It rolled right up his glove and between his legs. So an error allows Schulfer to reach first with 2 down. That is the first error of the game for Stevens Point. Austin Byer now the batter. He homered his first time up. Hits this one hard right at center fielder Bobby Franz, and Franz doesn't have to move to make the catch, and that retires the side. So going to the bottom of the 5th, it remains Stevens Point 9, Plover 6.
Grassland Dairy Products in Greenwood has been in the butter churning business for over 300 years. Since 1893, when the original Wietrich family immigrated to Wisconsin from the Swiss Alps, to present-day 4th-generation owners, Grassland Dairy Products has perfected the butter-making process. Grassland Dairy offers an assortment of butter products and dairy ingredients. Whether for industrial use or your own kitchen table, you can trust that Grassland Dairy Products will produce quality butter that everyone will enjoy. GrasslandDairy.com.
Are you looking for a daycare close to Auburndale? Little Sprouts Learning Garden Daycare, located at 10564 North School Road, has a convenient location right next to Auburndale schools. When you bring your children to Little Sprouts, you know that you're leaving them in good hands. With a capacity of 50 children, this daycare is open to all children from 6 weeks to 12 years. Conveniently open from 6:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, Little Sprouts Learning Garden in Auburndale is your family-friendly daycare.
Stevens Point coming to bat here in the bottom of the 5th inning, looking to add some insurance runs to its lead. The Sixers ahead of Plover 9-6. Plover the pre-tournament favorite to win the regional, but the Black Sox, that's my first Black Hawk in this game, I think. The Black Sox the pre-tournament favorite, but they are going to have to scramble here when they come to bat in the 6th to try to get back into this one. Zach Zimmerman leads it off for Stevens Point and looks at a ball in the dirt. And now it's 2-0. Plover played Wisconsin Rapids in a battle between two high-level teams before this game. That ball's hit into a right center field, and it falls in there for a single. So Plover played Wisconsin Rapids before this game. Both teams were undefeated in the tournament. They were the top two teams in the Wisconsin Valley Legion League this season, and Wisconsin Rapids came away with a 5-4 victory in that one, sending Plover into this elimination game against Stevens Point. Plover responded well in the top of the first when it struck for 4 runs, but Stevens Point has held the upper hand pretty much ever since then, and the Sixers now lead it 9-6 in the bottom of the 5th inning, and the loser is eliminated from the tournament. There goes the runner, Zimmerman from first, the throw down, and he is safe. So a stolen base for Zach Zimmerman puts a runner in scoring position now for the Sixers with nobody out. Hit sharply into left field. This won't be far enough to score the run, but Zimmerman advances to third. So the Sixers now with a solid scoring threat. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and runners on first and third with Isaac Perner, the number 3 batter in the order, coming to the plate. He's 1 for 2 today. Singled his last time up. He squares to bunt and pulls it back, takes strike 1. That time he appeared to be ready to hit and took a pitch high and tight for ball 1. 1-1 the count with nobody out. That's fouled. So 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to Isaac Perner. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Stevens Point with runners on first and third base. Zimmerman at third, Franz over at first. Popped up, third baseman Austin Byer giving chase. And he runs out of room there as the ball falls against the fence. So the count remains 1-2. Inside, 2-2. Hit in the air to center. Mason King has him played out there, but the ball is deep enough to score Zimmerman on the sacrifice fly, and it's now 10-6 Stevens Point. Brady Franz, the runner at first, holds up on the play. So 1 down, the run in, 10-6, Stevens Point over Plover. And Justin Morton up. He's 1 for 3. Ball in the dirt. And there's another pitch in the dirt that bounces past Vinny Fonte, and on the wild pitch, Brady Franz moves down to a second base. So a wild pitch moves Franz into scoring position. Two and 1 now on Justin Morton. Hit sharply, back up the middle, and into center field. And Franz is being waved around at third, and the throw home is late as the single by Morton scores Brady Franz from second base, and it's now 11-6, Stevens Point over Plover. J.D. Schultz coming to the plate. Plover has to be plenty concerned now, trailing 11-6. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. And that great season put together by the Black Sox is in jeopardy of coming to an early end here against Stevens Point in an elimination game. Popped up behind home plate, and it hits in the bleachers right in front of the press box for strike 1. That's outside. 2 and 1 now on J.D. Schultz. He's 0 for 3. One strikeout. Fouled away. 2 and 2 now on Schultz. Another foul. This one in the air and playable. Caden Roberts at second base moves over and makes the catch for out number 2. Jacob Danielson now. Justin Morton still on at first base. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th, and Stevens Point leading Plover 11-6. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Twelve hits for Stevens Point, 7 for Plover. And there goes a Morton from first base. The throw down is in time to get Morton trying to steal. So that ends the 5th inning. And after 5 complete, Stevens Point leads Plover 11-6. physically and mentally, probably. Takes a lot out of you when you lose a big game like that. I mean, when they struck for 4 there in the first, I thought they might be in good shape, but that was just kind of their one hurrah. So Plover comes to bat here in the top of the 6th inning, and it's getting to be serious time for the Black Sox if they hope to remain in the tournament. They trail Stevens Point 11-6 as Mason King comes to bat, and he hits the first pitch into center field for a leadoff single. So that'll get something started for Plover. And again, Plover needs to catch fire here pretty soon if they have designs on pulling out a come-from-behind win today. We're in the top of the 6th. Stevens Point leads it 11-6. Mike Glodowski, the batter now for the Black Sox. He's 0 for 2, a couple of flyouts. And that pitch hits him. So Glodowski is on now, and that gives Plover runners at first and second with nobody out. So Isaac Sikosh is still the pitcher for Stevens Point. And he's starting the inning in a little bit of a jam with runners on first and second, nobody out. Isaac Perner, the Stevens Point first baseman, anticipating a bunt. He's well up on the infield grass. Vinny Fonte, the batter, he swings away and hits it up the middle and into center field. So this is going to load the bases as Mason King stops at third. And now the Black Sox with a full-blown threat here in the inning. Bases loaded, nobody out. And the Black Sox trail the Sixers 11-6. Caden Roberts at the top of the batting order steps in. He is 0 for 2 with a walk today. Hits the first pitch foul. Stevens Point infield at regular depth. And Sikosh now jumps ahead of Roberts 0-2. And that pitch is outside for ball 1. And shortstop Justin Morton trots in now. Wants to say something to Sikosh, and catcher Jacob Danielson now goes out, and he and Sikosh are having a chat, possibly changing the signs. Perhaps Morton detected that Mike Glodowski, the runner at second, had picked up the signs. That's fouled away. It's 1-2 on Caden Roberts. Nobody out here for Plover in the top of the 6th. Bases loaded. And a chopper to second, fielded there by Nate Helms, and he throws to second for the force out. But the fielder's choice allows Mason King to score, and it's now 11-7. So first and third for the Black Sox. Brett Ayer, the batter, 1 down. And Ayer is hit in the front leg. So that's 2 hit batters this inning. And that reloads the bases for Plover. and sends Derek Baumgartner to the plate. And now Stevens Point wants to have a chat on the mound. Possibly just reaffirming what they want to do defensively here on a ball hit on the ground. Also checking on Sikosh. Sikosh is at 58 pitches in the game. He relieved in the second inning. And now Baumgartner comes up. He's got good power. 1 out, bases loaded. Stevens Point ahead 11-7. First pitch is a ball. And that's outside for ball 2. 2-0 on Derek Baumgartner with the bases loaded and 1 out. Plover has 1 run in and leads 11-7. There's a strike. And there's another strike. Called strike at the knees on the outside corner. It's 2-2 now on Derek Baumgartner. Sikosh winding up. And that pitch is fouled away. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Plover has the bases loaded and trails 11-7. A foul tip, and that allows Baumgartner to stay alive. Just got a piece of it. Hit hard into the gap in left center. This is going to score 2 runs. And the single by Derek Baumgartner brings in 2, and Plover now trails Stevens Point 11-9 with 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. That ball was hit hard. Brett Ayer took 3rd on the hit, so Plover now within 2 runs, has runners on 1st and 2nd with 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. Oh, 1st and 3rd. So 1 down, runners at 1st and 3rd, and Jack Kelly, the batter. Kelly, another guy with home run power for Plover. Called strike on the outside corner, evens the count at 1-1. Hit in the air to short right field, coming in to make the catch, Reese Gaber, and it isn't far enough to allow the runner at 3rd, Brett Ayer, to try to score. So the out is the 2nd of the inning, and Plover still with runners on 1st and 3rd for Logan Schulfer. And Baumgartner running on the pitch. Stevens Point allows him to take second, so the defensive indifference there puts runners on second and third, and now Schulfer hits a fly ball to center, and it's caught out there by Brady Franz for out number 3. So Plover gets 3 runs in the 6th inning, and now trails 11-9 going to the bottom of the 6th inning.
Baltus Convenience Stores says, "Go Blue Devils." Baltus Convenience Stores also says, "Did you get your car a little dirty this past weekend? Great! Go to Baltus today and experience express wash, touchless, and even detailed car wash services. Baltus will have your car back in shiny, clean condition in just a matter of minutes. After your car is washed up, go inside your Baltus store for refreshing drinks, satisfying snacks, and many other items for your trip home or your next road trip. Baltus Convenience Stores with locations in Stratford, Wisconsin Rapids, and Marshfield."
Clemmy Sales in Stratford is your hometown Chevrolet dealer. You won't get any high-pressure sales tactics from us. We simply offer great deals on quality, brand-new Chevrolet vehicles. We also have a great selection of pre-owned vehicles and expertly staffed service departments for all your repair and maintenance needs. Small-town hospitality, just like your grandfather remembers. That's why people keep coming back, time and time again, for their next new vehicle. Experience small-town service like no one else can deliver at Clemmy Sales in Stratford.
Well, Plover cut into Stevens Point's lead there in the top of the 6th inning by scoring 3 times. And the Sixers come to bat now in the bottom of the inning, leading 11-9. Obviously looking for an insurance run or two to give themselves a little bit more cushion. And it's Jacob Danielson who will lead it off for the Sixers here in the bottom of the 6th. And he looks at strike 1 on the inside corner. Ten hits for Plover in the game, 12 for Stevens Point. So it's been an offensive game. And now Danielson gets ahead in the count, 2-1, leading off here in the 6th. Logan Schulfer still on the mound for Plover. Hit in the air to right field. Moving under it and making the catch is Derek Baumgartner for out number 1. Nate Helms coming to the plate for the Sixers. Hits the first pitch on a line into center field, and waiting for it is Mason King for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down for Stevens Point here in the 6th inning. And Reese Gaber coming up. He doubled his last time up. He's 2 for 2 in the game with a walk. Chopped on the ground toward third. Coming in to make the pickup is Austin Beyer, and he throws on to first for the out. So 3 up, 3 down. We go to the top of the 7th, and Stevens Point leads Plover 11-9.
V&H Automotive serves Marshfield and Central Wisconsin with new Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram trucks. Our professional staff of factory-trained sales associates and parts and service personnel are here to serve you. Our business managers use more than a dozen lenders to ensure you the lowest rates anywhere. From Marshfield to Wausau, Wisconsin Rapids to Stevens Point, or Colby to Medford, we are a short drive from anywhere for friendly service and very competitive pricing. Come see V&H Automotive today. Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
We're on to the top of the 7th inning, and this is the last chance for Plover as the Black Sox come to bat, trailing 11-9 in this elimination game. Plover played the 2:30 game and fell to Wisconsin Rapids 5-4. And now the Black Sox trail here by 2 runs. And a loss will eliminate them and end their season. And there's a strike by Isaac Sikosh to Austin Byer. Sikosh has been on since the 2nd inning. Popped up down the left field line and into the Stevens Point bullpen for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Austin Byer. Byer has a home run today. Plover entered the tournament as the pre-tournament favorite to win the title after claiming the Wisconsin Valley Legion League regular season championship with a 13-1 record. And there's a ball hit in the air to center field, and the easy catch by Bobby Franz for out number 1. So if Plover can't rally here, this will be a distasteful end to them of their season. They had high expectations this year of winning the regional, going to the state tournament, maybe even advancing past the state. But they are in trouble here in the 7th inning, trailing the Sixers 11-9. 1 down for Plover, nobody on. 2-1 now the count on Mason King. King, a couple of singles in the game. Hits it toward third. Makes the play there, Zach Zimmerman. And he throws over to first for out number 2. So Stevens Point on the verge of an upset win here in regional action. Plover with an 11-9 deficit. The Black Sox with 2 outs down to their final out here. And Mike Gladowski takes ball 1. And there's a strike. Evens the count now. Swing and a miss. And now the Black Sox are down to their final strike, trailing by 2 runs with 2 down in the 7th inning. And hit in the air to center. And right there is Brady Franz, and he makes the catch for out number 3 to end this game. And Stevens Point finishes off an 11-9 victory over Plover. And as expected, the Stevens Point players very excited, high-fiving and chest bumping on the field after knocking off their chief rival and the pre-tournament favorite Plover Black Sox 11-9 here at Buchholz Park in Stevens Point. Final totals for the game. Stevens Point, 11 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. They left 6 men on base. Plover, 9 runs, 10 hits, 4 errors, and they left 5 runners. So a fine job by Stevens Point here to pick up the win and stay alive in their bid for a regional championship with an 11-9 victory. Stay with us tonight for the final game coming up at 7:30. Marshfield will take on Wisconsin Rapids. Wisconsin Rapids is undefeated in the tournament, and Marshfield has 1 loss, so Marshfield must win that game to remain in the tournament. So we'll be back with that game around 7:30. Again, the final here in game number 10, Stevens Point 11, Plover 9.
Welcome to the Zaleski Sports Show. I'm your host, Rachel.
Hey, welcome to Coach on the Couch. I'm your host, Jason Zaleski.
It's time for the Zaleski Sports Show 3 to C.
I'm in the house.
I'm in the house.
He's in the house.
Have a great week, everyone.
Go Sports!